All right, we're going to get started. I'd like to thank you guys for all joining us tonight. I'm really excited about this, and I think it's going to be a really good call. And so this is our Wi-Fi Freedom call, and I guess, yeah, thanks for joining us and learning. Oh, sorry. Okay. Thanks for joining us tonight and learning how we found Wi-Fi freedom with a leading company in the health and wellness industry, Juice Plus, and we call it Wi-Fi Freedom because this virtual franchise is online and international in over 26 different countries worldwide. This is such a blessing because you can truly do it from anywhere as long as you have the internet, a cell phone, and the will to help others. So I'm going to share my screen with you guys. We have a little PowerPoint presentation, so just give me 1 second. All right. So would you agree that more and more people are seeking ways to get out of the rat race of 40 hours per week for 40 years? It can be empowering to have a part-time plan B in order to work towards more time freedom, financial freedom, and early retirement. And do you want to work part-time hours, earn a full-time wage, or choose when you work, or be your own boss, fit work around you, improve people's health, opportunities to travel or work from home, and help others do the same? Tonight, we're going to share a few inspiring stories and our passion. And the good news is we don't have a huge catalog of products. What we do well with the utmost care and attention. We help people get healthy in 3 ways. So this is our first way. These are our capsules, and they contain 30 different fruits and vegetables. And I know for myself, there's no way that I could eat 30 different fruits and vegetables every single day, and I definitely couldn't get my children or my husband to do it either. So these I love. My whole family takes these. And the reason they're so powerful is because they are vine ripened, it's whole food, and it's a rainbow variety. And our Juice Plus Complete shakes, we have chocolate and vanilla, and we have a complete bar. And both of these are a meal replacement, and they are easy to take on the go or have for breakfast every day. My kids have the smoothies every day for breakfast. We love them, and it's replaced Fruit Loops. And then we have our Tower Garden, and this is self-watering, it's self-feeding, no soil, no weeding, and you can grow from 20 to 28 different fruits or vegetables on there year-round indoors with lights. And I have to say that I absolutely love mine. In the last year, I don't know if I've even bought a head of lettuce since. And what sets us apart from anything else out there is the extensive clinical research studies, double-blind, placebo-controlled. And we have over 30 published ongoing clinical research through blood work. And we have the NSF certificate, which is third-party random testing, no chemical residue, no foreign contaminants, and held for over 20 years. Oops. So we're going to share a story or two about what the products have done for a few people. And tonight, I would like Chris Butts to share her story. Chris is a stay-at-home mom of 3 with an autoimmune disease that is passionate about helping her family lead a healthier lifestyle. Chris, can you unmute yourself so you can share your story?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Hi. Well, in December of 2014 was the first time I was introduced to Juice Plus by a friend. And at that time, I had no interest in hearing about Juice Plus. There was an event I was invited to in Lloydminster here, and I had just kindly declined the invitation and never really thought much about it again. And about 6 months later, so in May, Juice Plus came across my news feed again and on Facebook, and I decided to take a look at it and see what it was about. And after about a week of asking questions about Juice Plus and just kind of learning more about what it was, I decided to give it a try and kind of see where it took me. So at that time, what sparked my interest most was that my oldest daughter was away at college that year and started having health problems of her own. And so that kind of sparked interest with me, as well as I was having my own health problems. So once I figured out and learned that you can get free product for your children, even if they're in college, I decided to get both of us on board. So of course, my main goal was to get her healthy first, and being that both of us could be on it for the price of one, I guess, I decided to give that a try. And during my oldest daughter in the summer of last year, was seeing some specialists for some troubles she was having. And the one specialist told me that basically she needed to change her diet, that her diet needed to consist of fruits and vegetables and white meats. And right then when he said that, I knew I was on the right track with her. So that really made me feel good as a mom, that I was doing something to help her for sure. And my health had been going downhill for quite some time prior to that as well. So like I said, it was kind of a no-brainer to get both of us going and see where our health went with that. During that time, I was seeing a natural path from January till May, and I was on quite a few supplements that were helping, but I still didn't feel great. And I had been diagnosed with an autoimmune disease back in January 2015. So it was a rough couple of years prior to that. I had lacked energy. I had no energy when the kids, when I wasn't working or the kids weren't home, I basically slept all afternoon. I had really bad aches in my joints and my muscles. It used to feel like there was like stabbing pains in my muscles, especially after I worked out. I also had really bad hormonal acne, mostly on my chin. And it got to the point where I was going to look into medication for it. It was quite sore, and nothing I really did would help that. One of the major symptoms that I had was I had unreal night sweats. They were so bad at times that my mattress would actually be wet. And I had been doctoring for that as well. And I was sent off to a specialist. And when I was at the specialist's office, it was actually just for a consult. He had told me that he suspected I had lymphoma. And I really couldn't believe that he had said that. I was in shock. I had my kids in the waiting room because I was basically in there for just a consult. So when I left there, I was a complete mess. I was sent up to the city where I had some surgery done to remove lymph nodes to test them. And of course, it came back that I didn't have lymphoma. So they leaned towards it being a hormonal issue and that I could be put on medication for that, and hopefully it would help. So with all of that going on with me, that's why I decided to give Juice Plus a try for myself. And after being on it for a couple of weeks, I actually had no more night sweats. It was unreal. They just didn't come about. And it's been about 10 months now and I still don't have them. And I'd had them for a long time before that. And my hormonal acne cleared up. I still have a bit of it, but it's nothing like what it was compared to before. And my energy came back. It was unreal how much energy I had. That was one of the major changes I had right off the start was energy. I was able to go jogging again. I didn't have aches and pains anymore like I used to. It truly was a miracle for me. And the napping, I can't remember the last time I've napped in the afternoon. It's just been amazing for me. And I'm able to keep up as a mom and a wife and all the duties that go along with keeping a family going. So that's really been a blessing for me. Also with my autoimmune, I was told that my metabolism was basically not functioning and that I'd have to just live with that, basically is what they told me. I was on a really strict diet, counting calories, measuring food. It was tough, but I was trying to do it because I was slowly gaining weight. And I didn't want that to happen. And I wasn't really satisfied with just being okay with that. And a few weeks after being back on Juice Plus, something changed in me. I'm not sure what, but my metabolism kicked in and weight started coming off. I was following the healthy living rules, and just with doing that and the Juice Plus, it did start coming off, and I'm happy to say after 10 months I've reached my health goal. It wasn't a quick one, and I didn't want a quick fix, and it's been fantastic for me. Another major change that happened for me is I used to have seasonal allergies quite bad. At one point I was getting injections for my allergies, and a lot of the time I would take double dose of the over-the-counter medication for my allergies. At one point too, they were so bad I used to get like bumps on my eyeballs just from the itchiness. And in the summer, last summer, in June, I took a couple allergy medications, and within a couple of weeks I never had to take any, and that was absolutely amazing for me. I was able to cut grass again without having flare-ups. So there's been a lot of changes for me, and those definitely have been huge. And recently I've had my thyroid levels checked, and I'm happy to say that my medication has come down. So that, of course, has made me really happy as well. And when I first started Juice Plus, my husband was really supportive of me taking it, but he had no interest in himself taking it. And after about a couple weeks of seeing the changes in myself and my daughter, he came to me and said to order him up some of that stuff. So I was pretty happy to have him on board as well. He was seeing a lot of changes going on with me. So I'm happy to say that all 5 of us are on all the Juice Plus products, and we absolutely love them. They've been a huge impact in our lives, and we look forward to more changes that are coming for all of us.
Wow. Thank you so much, Chris.
Thanks, Janelle.
Your story, I just love it. And every time you tell it, it just makes me so happy. And like why we do this, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I can definitely relate to Chris's story. I'm a stay-at-home mom, and I've been a stay-at-home mom for the last 6 years, and I've had an autoimmune disease for almost 15 years, so basically half my life. And about 5 years ago, I took a radioactive iodine drink to kill my thyroid, and in my opinion, I basically wiped out my immune system, and I started getting really sick, and I was having a bunch of health issues. I was really suffering from fatigue and anxiety, And the thing that was bothering me the most was I started getting chronic hives. And at first, you know, we just thought it was a rash. It was summertime, maybe a heat rash. And, you know, it kept getting worse and worse. And I kept going to my doctors, and they just kept giving me more and more medication. And I was just really sad because it was affecting my life. And I was so itchy that I didn't sleep at night. I was embarrassed to leave my house because my lymph nodes in my neck were swollen. And if I put on a pair of jeans and went out for the day, within 4 hours, I would scratch a hole through my jeans because I was that itchy. And, you know, my doctors, like, over a year and a half of this itchiness, so it wasn't just like a short-term kind of thing. It was, in my opinion, it was chronic. It was affecting me, and it wasn't going away. And at one point, I went to my dermatologist, and I basically begged him for an answer. And because I was sure in my head, kind of like Chris, I was sure I had lymphoma, and I was sure my family doctor was misdiagnosing me. And I've never told a whole lot of people that, but you know, my closest friends knew that was what I was dealing with. And so I'm begging this doctor to just like diagnose me with lymphoma, please. Like, maybe an answer. If I had an answer, I could maybe fix it or treat it or whatever. And he basically looked at me and he was like, if you don't want to be itchy anymore, you need something to support your immune system. Because of your Graves' disease, your immune system is attacking itself. So having an autoimmune disease, you can't just go home and like boost your immune system or find something overnight just to, you know, support your immune system. And here I am, I'm taking a handful of medication and every single day, and I don't know what to do. And about 2 weeks after seeing that doctor, I overheard a friend talking about Juice Plus and how it's proven to support your immune system. So I really felt like it was worth a shot. I didn't really have anything to lose. I didn't care what it was going to cost me. I just needed to try something. And so I ordered the product, and about 10 days on the product, I started noticing I was sleeping better. And then I started noticing I had more energy throughout the day. And then about 2 weeks on the product, I realized I wasn't as itchy. And at first I'm like, this is fluke. How could I just not be itchy after a year and a half of me trying everything? How could I just not be itchy? So I actually went to my doctor for a regular checkup, and I was prepared for that. So I started coming off my medication, and I started coming off. Every day I took 150 to 175 milligrams of an antihistamine reactant every day. So I started weaning myself off that, and I started taking myself off my antidepressant. And anyway, so I'm in my doctor's office, my family doctor, and I have my 2 kids. And my doctor walks into the room, and he looks at me and he looks down at my kids, and he asked my oldest he said, "What's your mom been doing? She looks completely different." And my daughter just kind of shrugged her shoulders. She didn't have a clue. So then he sat down and he looked at me, and he knew I was the type of person to try crazy things. So I don't think he didn't have a clue what I was going to tell him. So I came prepared, and I had a bottle of Juice Plus, or the 3 bottles of Juice Plus in my purse. So I handed it to him, and he just said, it's fruits and vegetables. And I said, I know, and I'm not itchy anymore. And I've started coming off my antidepressants and all this medication. And he said, I fully support you. You look incredible. Like, whatever it is, it's working for you, and to keep taking it. So I've been on the product a year now, and the itch is completely gone. And I'm off all medication besides a Synthroid, which I'll have to take for the rest of my life because my thyroid is dead. And I just take my Juice Plus. So it's incredible how much the product has changed my life, changed my family's life. My kids have a mom who wants to go out and spend time with them. and my husband has his wife back. So you can see why we are so passionate about sharing Juice Plus. And in this journey, we have become equally as passionate about what this business can do for people. And I'm just going to flip back to the PowerPoint. So just give me 1 second. And here are a few reasons. Oops, sorry. So here are a few reasons that set the Juice Plus virtual franchisee or franchise apart from other companies. And we have gold standard research. We're NSF certified, free Juice Plus for kids, which is incredible. What other company can offer you that? Media driven, wellness industry, which is a huge industry to be a part of right now. And it's a global opportunity, product driven, consumable, visionary company, $50 to start. Come on, $50, that's amazing. All positions are permanent, which that's incredible. And we have a small product line, we have a residual income, and exponential growth possibilities, and time freedom and unlimited potential. And there's no risks, no inventory, you don't work your territories, and you have no quota. So I'm gonna get my friend Anita to share her business story. Anita is a driven mom of two who is turning Plan B into Plan A. She is incredible what she's doing in this business, and I can't wait for her to share her story with you.
Thank you, Janelle.
Yeah.
I'm a single mom of two teenagers, and I own a clothing store as well. So I was super busy. My kids are in hockey and different sports, and so I was ran ragged basically. At night I would try to fall asleep, but I couldn't because I couldn't get my mind to shut off. I'd be worrying about, just everything as a single mom. So I tried different things, which I didn't find anything that would work. Basically, my pee would be bright yellow, which now I know that basically it wasn't getting into my body. And I was watching Chris's Facebook, and she was sharing stuff about Juice Plus. And I kept watching for a while, and then she started posting her results and how she had more energy and stuff like that. So I reached out to her and asked her about it, and she said, well, all it is fruits and vegetables. And I'm like, what? Like, how can that actually work? There's no caffeine, there's not all these chemicals and stuff like that, these proprietary blends to, boost your energy. So then she told me that my kid got it for free, so that was another bonus. And then she said, well, what about if you wanted to sign up to be a distributor? And I'm like, well, how much is it? Because normally, there's all these inventory and things like that. And she's like, it's only $50. So I'm like, okay. So I decided that I would sign up. And basically, I only wanted to do it to pay for my family's Juice Plus. And then after signing up and starting the product, I noticed right away that I was having energy. And same as Chris, I was having night sweats. And so I wasn't sleeping well at all. And when I would fall asleep, it would take me a long time. Then I'd wake up about 2 or 3 in the morning and then not be able to fall back asleep until about 5:30 in the morning. And then I kept thinking, okay, if I fall asleep right now, this is how much time I'm going to have to sleep. And then obviously when my alarm got up or went off at 7:30, I was dragging my butt all day. I generally work until about 2 or 3 in the afternoon, and I would come home and have a nap. So I knew that obviously I wasn't, it wasn't the best life that I could have. So like I said, I had more energy, my night sweats left. I used to, people say that stress causes cold sores, and so I used to have them all the time. And knock on wood, I haven't had a cold sore in a very long time, basically since starting. The other thing I would, was added to these groups on Facebook, and I was seeing how people were getting all these positive results, whether like mine wasn't huge, but it was huge to me to have energy, but psoriasis and depression and immune system, like people being sick and IBS and psoriasis, eczema, that kind of stuff. And I thought, well, why wouldn't I share this? Because I feel like I have something that could help people, and I'm caring, and You know, I like to share positive things. I always recommend a hairdresser, a restaurant, or a hotel or something like that. So why would this be any different when I can actually really impact somebody's lives? So when I actually got going and sharing my first month, I actually paid my mortgage, which was huge for me. With the clothing, like being in the retail and how the economy is, it was scary sometimes. Like, how am I going to pay the mortgage? So I'm like, if I actually went with this, I may be able to, you know, turn my plan B into plan A. Our company is continuing to grow, which basically in the retail industry, it depends what people are getting paid, if they're coming in to shop or not. So I really enjoy that I have a backup plan. And since then, basically, Juice Plus has saved my butt for the last few months, because obviously, if anybody's in business, you pay everybody else before you pay yourself. The other thing that I really like about this company is the community. I have never met so many incredible people in all of my life. I hate to say it, there's lots of negative people in the world. So it's nice to be surrounded with people that are like-minded. They're there to boost you up, encourage you, always have your back no matter what's going on. We went to Phoenix for the conference, and there was, millionaires there, and there was people that just started, and nobody was treated any different. It wasn't like they looked down at your name tag to see, you know, what level you were and, you know, if you were worthy to talk to. They treated us all amazing. So I like the travel aspect, obviously, too. We were in Banff the last weekend, and same thing. It was just having all these people together. The speakers were amazing, motivating. Sometimes you feel like you're alone in the world, and this company definitely makes you feel you're a part of something, you're a part of a family. It's basically what it is. I've always, you know, you always have big dreams and things like that. And being with this company, I've seen people move super quick. They can do it as fast or as slow as you want to. I like that you never move back. You can stay where you are if that is what makes you happy. But I have big dreams. I like to travel. Obviously, I want to be financially secure, that I don't have to worry about where the next mortgage payment's coming from. So one thing that on the weekend they were talking about, where do you see yourself in, you know, next year, 5 years from now? And I don't want to stay in the same spot where I'm at. I want to keep growing, making life less stressful financially, and helping people is huge to me. When I get phone calls or text messages that, you know, somebody feels so much better. You know, I had one customer that basically she couldn't eat anything. So she was withering away to nothing. And for her to call me and say, thank you so much for sharing that with me, it just, you know, warms my heart that we're allowed to do that. So if there's something in your life that you want to change and you're stuck in a spot and don't know how to get out of it, this company is definitely going to help. The support is huge. Like I said, Janelle said, it's all over the world. So if you have friends and family that's not just in Canada or in Alberta or wherever you're at, it's really easy to have them come and be a part of your team. Yeah, I can't say enough about, like, obviously the product is really good, but the family and the community that this brings forth, it's really changed my life.
Thank you so much for sharing. Just like Anita said about the sharing, that's kind of how I got started as well. For me, because of my health, I started taking the product for my health, and then it turned more into, how can I share this product with people? I need to feel better. How can I share that? And so I started, being that I'm a stay-at-home mom, I started sharing it with everybody on my Facebook, and I couldn't believe, you know, the people and the response. And so it really got me excited, and I started attending. I went to my first event. I paid my $50 for my discount, and then I went to my first event, and these people, just like Anita said, they were amazing, and you feel no less than them. And it made me really realize that, you know, in my 3 years or whatever it was, 5 years, or at the time 3 years of sickness, I kind of had lost who I was. I wasn't, I was just a mom, and I was just a wife, and I didn't go out at night. I didn't have a whole lot of friends, and it really made me feel like I needed to be more. And when I was at this event, I realized this was exactly what I needed. I was given my identity back, and I became a completely different person and a much happier person. And I remember years ago thinking, I don't need friends. I'm perfectly fine just staying at home, not having friends. That's so sad. How could I be okay with that? I love people now. Like, I can be a little bit introverted and shy, but like, man, when I get around these people, I've never been happier. And so along with, you know, the community and everything else, then I started making money. And, you know, being a stay-at-home mom for 6 years now, I never made money. Even before kids, I managed a store, and I made a very sad little amount, not even a quarter of what I'm making now. And, you know, and I realized that it is important to me to make money. I don't need to make money, but I get to do what I love. I'm sharing a product that I love that has changed my health, and I get to make some money, which then benefits my family, because rather than everything being put on my husband every month to pay the bills, I can contribute, and I have extra money, which then we can save for a family vacation, which we've never had the opportunity to do before. My kids want to see the ocean, and I never had that opportunity as a kid, and I would love to be able to give that to my children. And also, we've been stuck in a house for 8-9 years that we don't want to be in. It's too small for our family. And now it's given us the opportunity to sell this house and buy my dream house, something that'll be much more comfortable for my family and something that I'm extremely proud of. So this opportunity for $50 has changed my life in so many ways. And this product has changed my health. And I've just never been so thankful for anything in my life. And I can't wait for the next 5 years. It's just an amazing journey. So I thank you guys so much for joining us. And if something on this call resonated, please connect with the person who invited you to listen in. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to be with us tonight.